You know, I keep telling you this, right? Every time I'm not on, you're on a panel. I just come into Twitch chat and just type in Big Liz.
Nah, everyone wants Mars. Close up on Mars, slowly, as he's dancing.
On Mars?
Yeah, that's the play.
That's a sight for sore eyes, for sure.
Right. What went through? That Prophet, DK, your Shadow Demon. All right.
Secret were actually the ones that banned out Rubik, interesting enough.
VP.Prodigy did pick it twice versus them.
Yep,
besides those 2 games, they have a couple of pretty good performances on that Rubik, so they ban it out. And you know what? It's probably Yabs are saying, ban the Rubik, so the team has bigger chances of perhaps getting that sniper or an invoker position 4 or something like that.
I just love that Carl's still sat with his balloons, smiling away. You look so happy.
Every day you get balloons. Should treasure it. You don't know.
Now, we had the Earthshaker before from Secret, didn't we, last time around?
Yeah, we did.
There's a really ominous quote. I wonder how many things I've already done for the last time. That makes me just get all like up in my feelings.
Oh, yeah.
Then there's also the one day your parents picked you up and put you down for the last and never picked you back up again. You know what I mean?
You're really hitting right in the feels of this, aren't you?
Yeah.
Especially as I'm just getting older, it's just making this worse.
Dude. Now you got me all messed up. It's not even my birthday.
We're all messed up now. You just ruined it for Twitch.
What are you doing to us, man? Come on.
I'm sorry.
It's his fault. It's his fault. Why are you looking
at me? It's your birthday, though.
This is why I think too much. We got to get into the game.
Yeah.
Earthshaker, the Secret Special, they've banned Rubik themselves, so you already know it's a good pickup with Weaver. So you can see why they banned Rubik if you put this much value on these 2 heroes, because they are a Rubik's dream to play up against.
Yeah, this is probably pretty much planned out strategy with that Rubik ban.
Very insightful, yes.
The question is, all right, Centaur Shadow Demon. The question wasn't really that long. It's... This is something we've seen a million times so far.
I can't even insult Lizard. He just ignores me.
Yeah, but he just
brushes it off.
Like, it's easier that way. I've learned.
Rise to the challenge.
I just learned how to deal with him. Don't roll in the mud, man. Just stand aside and let him do his thing. That's it.
So what you're saying is Carl's the pig in the mud, and you're the farmer just watching, saying.
Sometimes I'm not sure. Sometimes I'm not sure who's which, but it's fine.
Yeah, I mean, the Centaur standard, and I think that from what we saw in their series against Liquid, it's probably the best hero for DM to play in the patch right now.
Yeah.
He loves his stuns. It gives you a bit of team fight, but it's more reliable than his Sand King, than probably his Underlord would be. But as far as initiators go, I think this is the strongest in the patch, and you can't really pressure it too well as an
I love how they just showed resolution behind you for a second.
It was on the core.
After he mentioned Centaur, suddenly Rezo appears. That's the way you summon him.
That reminds me, you guys, make sure to vote for your MVP for both core and support. They win money.
I've sold myself to Secret, sadly, on Twitter yesterday.
Secret, if you want my vote, it is for sale.
There you go.
Along with my dignity. In addition, I think they did research on my predictions that'll be published after the event. I'm not sure how well I did.
Oh, dear.
But it's either I'm wrong or right. It was a pass-fail.
Okay,
so we'll see how it ends up.
And by the way, that first day prediction, do you remember that we made for playoffs? I failed hard.
Yeah, you both came out badly, I guess.
Yeah, because of the first day, pretty much VP.Prodigy just screwed us over throughout the tournament.
And the Nip win as well. I guess you probably didn't go for that either.
I had the top 6 right. I just got VP over Liquid wrong. Okay. I had them as top 3. But I think Prodigy, moving on from this event, I really hope that, I mean, we're in like game 2 of the grand finals. I'm already talking about the future, but Prodigy have really shown me like they belong on the world stage, and I hope they stick together and keep developing and just, you know, it's cool. I mean, what did it take, right, for CIS to get a second team? Well, VP had to pick up another squad.
VP had to basically say,
it's not the first time that's happened.
No,
remember VP Polar?
Yeah, VP Polar.
Another VPP from the past
ironically,
as well.
That VPP ended up being better
VP,
and then became VP. So they kicked the old team, brought in the
maybe the history is repeating itself, man. You never know. No, Solo's chair is shaking.
I'm going to say one thing, though. I'm going to come back to the VPP logo. I'm just going to maybe tweet at them and say, just put the bear in there somewhere. You came up with the idea, Carl. I'm missing it now. Like, we're the grand final. We're talking about VP of some form, and it's like, you've got the claws, but just put a little bear somewhere around it. And then
they're made for a Coca-Cola sponsorship. You know, the old bear, iconic commercials. Yes. Boom. Like, bring me on as the biz dev. I mean, let's not actually, don't
overload yourself. You've already got enough stuff to do.
True. Like, analyze this draft bank. Stop distracting me.
Exactly. I'm so sorry. I just don't care.
We're trying to take this seriously.
I like this Quap pick again, even though most likely it will be the mid this time around with that Dragonite band out. Your Weaver, I would like to see it on the offlane with the Shaker. It's a really good combo. Your 3 and 4 work really well together. I really wouldn't like seeing Weaver versus the Centaur Shadow Demon anyway in the lane. Do you have something to say, Kyle?
I honestly was thinking that entire time about whether or not I would throw these balloons at Banks. I decided not to. So I heard absolutely nothing about what you said, but I'll assume it was something about Quap. And
Top
I
tier
like
analysis.
This is what I'm telling you. Like, just ignore it. Let him just roll alone in the mud.
Now I have to think he's going to throw something at me. I'm just sat there the whole time like,
Grimstroke is nice because you provide the ult. If you ult the Quap, not able to blink for some time, even through BKB. In addition, it's really nice. The Shadow Demon, you have that double purge factor.
I love the
Also
combo
BKB
with Centaur though, like the jump in, stun, widding. So look, I'm actually because look, I wish he listened to me the same way I listened to him.
I know. See, look, Liz, you're trying to be a professional. You got your notes and everything with you. Carl's
Notes
just there
here,
breaking
have
open,
my book,
playing
so
with
many
balloons.
notes inside, and here he is playing with his balloons. Shame on you.
I love it. You get so much from Kyle and just his facial expressions. He doesn't actually need to say anything. He should keep it going.
There we go. I've been waiting for this. This
Really?
is my hero. Hell yeah. Especially you're against two heroes that have no BKB piercing disable. This is the dream. I love this pick. I think Enigma is the most underrated offlaner right now. You can also just go the same items we saw Zai just go.
But-
you don't
but-
want HOD, just buy a Necrobook drums.
Who's your position 5 here though? That's
Could
that's
be
my
Puppy
only
Shaker.
question. Puppy Shaker?
Yeah, Puppy's played a lot of Shaker.
All right.
And it's interesting, and this is again what makes Secret so hard to game plan against. You don't know what the hell they're going to do. And I don't care if it's a Yapzor Shaker, it'll be 4, it'll be played a certain way. If it's a Puppy Shaker, it's more of an activator for his offlane. But he'll play it as a 5. He won't necessarily get a blink as fast as Yap, but it doesn't matter. And there's the FN Kunkka. Really nice as a mid-game team fighter against this Enigma. Good
Brings you a lot of catch versus Quap and Weaver, yeah. And no man, Secret with that Sniper definitely did throw a curveball, but now even without the Sniper we have 4 heroes and not a real position 5 here. And yeah, what he's saying with the Shaker is true, but your safe laner is going to have some problems. You're playing into an SD Centaur. With the Shaker position 5, there's not a lot that he can do there. Maybe you can still switch up the lanes. I'm sure they have it planned out, mapped out, but it does look very wonky. On the other hand, VP.Prodigy, they're completely in the meta. The draft, for me at least, looks much better. The only problem is the execution.
This is why we don't give you things, Kyle.
Take it all. Take the other balloon as well.
Just covering Kyle in balloons.
Cover him in balloons.
Basically his birthday at this point now. Put all the attention on himself, just as he likes it.
We're gonna make the sound guy very unhappy, and I feel bad. I'm sure the stream might not be happy either. Especially, no, it doesn't matter. Let's talk about the Dotes. The like and ban. I like it. We talked about it before. If Secret get this easy way to just kill structures, you're putting yourselves in a hole when you try to beat them. In addition, Lizard, can you please?
In addition.
Just talk.
In addition.
I'm pausing. Break down the game.
Oh, it's all falling apart, lads. What's going on? We got all this way for 3 weeks. It was heaven. We had these great panels, and then all of a sudden,
the balloons are getting to his set.
We
lose the child.
throw a curveball at me. The Riki ban from Secret makes sense. You talk about the Grimstroke with Centaur. It's even better with a Riki, and that is a
And you're not getting
killer.
that Riki for sure because you're playing into the Centaur as well. It just crushes you in the laning stage. Now, what are they getting for Epi kids here on the side of VP.Prodigy?
So here's the
What's
thing.
their position 1?
You have 2 options. You can go for something like a silencer carry, which I've seen them do before, or you could just pick a high reach carry. Riki would have been perfect, but in theory, you want something that can get on top of the Enigma and take him down. Riki would have been ideal. PA is a possibility. You have these illusion cores, but they're quite weak against Enigma. I believe, yes, Secret in the first phase.
We do really want to see Eleptic Kid back on that monkey, though. It was so good.
All right.
That works too. Okay.
This isn't something, though, like if you remember what he was talking about earlier, it's these cooldowns, right? And Faceless Void is one of those heroes that has a really long one.
And their damage in Chrono is very limited as well.
Very, very limited. You do have ways to now catch all of these heroes. You have a BKB piercing ability as well, so that black hole will never be the true win condition versus the void.
I was wrong. So they did not ban the monkey, but you can't pick Monkey King into Enigma because if you ever pulse down the trees,
pulse, all right,
and also you just ult him. Now with Void, you at least have this like. I haven't seen a CK the whole tournament, but this is
We've had one actually.
This is the game for a CK. You just dumpster Void SD.
We've had one CK, right? It was versus Morphling. Who played that Morphling? I think it was Alliance. Who played? I'm not quite certain.
Wait. Is it support CK or core CK?
Who the hell knows? Like, look at these secret. 5 heroes. It's secret. Like.
Who's playing what?
YapzOr could be Enigma. Zai could be Enigma on the offlane. Same goes for the Weaver.
We should have just a segment for the draft of where will Secret go
no
next?
idea. No idea. I've got to lean Secret just because I love the way their heroes stack up on paper, and I think that when you have no answer to just, hey, I'm going to BKB Black Hole the Void, it's tough because your win condition is just neutered as soon as that item's selected. Secret also have more avenues of power taking.
You have ways of dealing with the BKB Black Hole. You have Shadow Demon with Disruption on one side, and then for that Chronosphere on the other, you have Weaver with a possible Aghanim. So you have 2 saves on both of these sides, yet alone the Stampede as well, the boat that minimizes the damage in the Black Hole. It doesn't look that apparent to me that Secret have an edge, especially because I don't even see where their lanes and how their lanes are going to work out. The CK in this tournament so far has, I believe, 0% win rate, and didn't look that great.
I actually think this is a wonkier draft than one that had support sniper in it, for reference.
Just saying something.
And I like what they've got, but yeah, VP.Prodigy, they're in their comfort zone. I think FN Kunkka is one of the best player-hero combinations we've seen so far at this event. But I'm a huge believer in Enigma and Weaver and Quap right now. They also have the Earthshaker. Think about VP.Prodigy trying to take an engagement. If you don't burst that initial target down, it's just not going to die. There's so much counterplay. And late game, Weaver Ags is just a straight up
You don't even have to go for that Enigma with the BKB Blink. You can just go full utility. Helm of Dominator, Greaves, right? Then the Ags from the Weaver.
So the game has started. We are going to go get into it, but give me your thoughts. Just give me a name, guys. Kyle, starting with you.
Secret's playing too well to ever not choose. Yeah. No matter the draft.
Secret's playing too well, I completely agree. But if there is a game for VP.Prodigy to take, I think it should be this one. They're in their comfort zone. The heroes are strong. I'll go with them.
Okay, so you're doing exactly the same split again. Let's see if VPP can make the magic happen as we go back to OD Pixel and Fogged. And guys, for you, I guess, do you see a way where VPP can take the edge in this? And can you even make any sense of Secret's lanes here?
I mean, that really is the thing. Again, it's another crazy draw from Secret. I mean, Fogged, you sort of take the lead here. What do you see coming out this one? I feel there's just so much to talk about from these 2 lineups already.
Yeah, I feel like this is just like that last pick is just a puppy adaptation. You see the Void and immediately you're like, I don't want to play Weaver Core. I'm sure nobody wants to play Weaver Core when you see that versus all this stun and lockdown and just ways to control the Weaver. So they just swap it, right? They are going to end up making it a 4 or 5 Weaver, and it's going to be a 5 this time. YapzOr's playing this Earthshaker, and then the lanes don't, then it looks a little bit more normal. Sure, Weaver as a 5 is definitely a little weird, but doesn't look that outside of the box when when you understand why they did it because of that Void pick and that Kunkka and all that disable. But VP.Prodigy, they've got a strong draft. I definitely like what they've got going here. Only thing I'm seeing is a little bit of lack of damage in the Chrono, like the panel was mentioning, but I haven't seen Void Grimstroke together. I'm kind of curious to see like how much they can set up their Ink Swallows with that little time walk cheekiness.
No, yeah, for sure. I mean, this is going to be a lane where I feel like Zai's got to be a little careful. Once there's a level of 2 in the Stroke of Fate and the Ink Swell, these 2 heroes can play very aggressive into the Enigma. But of course, if this lane gets hard, Zai can always step back with the Eidolons, move through the jungle, give YapzOr a bit of the lane to get some levels. So we'll see how Secret do play this bottom lane. But obviously, as I said at the start, Zai taking the off-lane Enigma down here, backed up by YapzOr's Shaker. The other lane setups, top lane, you're going to have Map2 on the CK, supported by Puppy's Weaver against DM Centaur and Save on his Shadow Demon. And
Courier.
He's got it.
Puppy, he's almost able to get it. YapzOr gets the bottom one.
They do. They take down Inus, and that did have the backup mana for him. So he's going to be out without a Clarity or a Mango, just relying on that Sage's Mask mana regen for any early plays that he wants to go for in this first minute.
So bottom lane, like you're mentioning, I feel like this is just Zai's gonna just be able to farm and just make epileptic kids a little life sad, pretty much, just denying all those creeps. While Yapzor, I feel like his job is just don't let them pull. Do not ever let them pull the lane back. Follow this Grimstroke around. Probably get like no experience pretty much on this Earthshaker, but if you don't allow them to pull, you're gonna win this bottom lane pretty hard just from the denies.
And looking at the mid lane matchup, is this a lane like as a Kunkka, would you sort of consider yourself tanky enough to not care too much about the harass from the Queen of Pain, or because you are a melee hero, you still do get beaten out by the Quap? Would you think in this one?
You still get beaten out pretty hard. Yeah. You're gonna have to spend a lot of money on regen as the Kunkka, or you're gonna have to do like a cheeky X back for yourself to reset your HP. But right now he's doing pretty well. All depends too if the Queen of Pain has a lane ward, which he does, so he's able to get those like high ground hits. Same thing for FN. He's able to see for the positioning for those. And yeah, he's doing really well right now.
Well, he's even trying to see if he can catch Nisha there with this torrent. He is going to be able to get him, so some good damage onto Nisha. Nisha, of course, he doesn't have the blink skilled. He went for the 2 points as you would want to on the Shadow Strike, and it will actually pay off as Nisha falls incredibly low, but he's able to keep his distance, get the salve off, and again have a favorable trade back towards FN there with the burst.
Might be able to kill him.
Getting very low, able to juke out the torrent. This is going to be first blood for Nisha. Straight outplay there in the mid lane. As I say, he must have got down to like 10, 20 HP with that turnaround with the salve, being able to keep the distance and take down FN in response.
Yeah, 10 HP on the dot, right with that Tidebringer just about played his hand, and now he's actually, is he suiciding to the tower? He's trying to suicide.
He's trying to.
Oh, but he gets XP.
He did. I mean, maybe Nisha's just that good that even when he tries to die, he can't die that quick. But I don't know, that was obviously not the ideal play there.
So tower switched to him, hit him once, and then he looked like he wanted to keep it on it, and it just switched off of him.
I mean, he must have de-aggroed. Yeah. Very weird.
Bottom. He's able to snipe the Kerr. He's a bit low now, but he's able to walk away. They actually were able to set up on Zai as well with that Inkswell plus Time Walk aggression, and in the meantime also top.
Yeah, may have the setup there. Well, Puppy's got to be very careful with his positioning. These two heroes, they've got a heavy amount of magical burst to play with in the laning stage. So 3 for 1 for Virtus.pro after these first few minutes of play.
I don't think I've ever seen a player like try to kill himself to a tower and it just like nope.
Struggle to kill himself on mid. That is one of those situations where you get any sort of 3K, 2K player, they'll be able to die to the tower, but Nisha, he struggles.
Oh, that was really interesting to say. So 4 minutes, we have a bottle finished up on Nisha. FN is going to pre-check that top rune to ensure that he doesn't give it up, but it spawns bottom. Unfortunate for him. Nisha will be very happy about that, as he should be able to pull pretty far ahead, well, not very far ahead in the lane, but ahead in the lane by a decent amount versus his Kunkka now because of this. Map2 is still farming just fine. I think pressuring CK is actually a really difficult task ever in most lanes because this, Chaos Strike is just an insane mechanic that you can just, hit people and you heal so much off of it. So sure, Puppy gets negated a little bit, but Map2 still able to farm just fine up there. As he doesn't go for Quelling Blade either. He just goes for 2 straight bracers for that raw HP and some extra magic resist.
Oh, see mid lane. Yapzor's come in. He's been able to block FN off with the Fisher, but it is behind the tower. Nisha tries to step forward, takes a tower hit and a Tidebringer, so some big damage traded back. Now with the TP in from Miner, maybe they can keep FN safe. They'll be able to. His Tan going up is out of regen though, so we'll have to get something else sent out for him. Or, of course, as you say, can use the X mark to go for a quick refuel back to base.
Pretty ideal though, that pressure play that Secret does. They know that the regen rune, well, they know that the rune is bottom, and there's a regen, so they just play super aggressive. Nisha's able to use that regen now at maximum efficiency and send the Kunkka back to base as now bounty runes.
Looks like Secret will be able to get the majority of them there. Puppy able to get in and pick up Virtus.Prodigy's Radiant top room as he's able to keep himself ahead of save. And yeah, this top lane, let's talk about the CK a bit more, because it is a hero that I think even Kyle said the other day he wasn't a fan of, but watching this analysis during this panel, he did like it here in this situation. Do you sort of like the CK here, but again, you wouldn't really rate it as a very strong carry in a lot of other drafts?
So versus the Void, he always provides you like extra control. That's really nice. He also I feel like he just shreds these 2 supports. That's the one nice thing. There is some control for his illusions, which are a little annoying. That's probably one of the things that I feel like CKs don't like to play against, is like AoE stuns, Centaur, Kunkka, and stuff like that. But It doesn't look. It looks like it could have some success for sure versus Void. FN.
Yeah, there was an attempt on him, but he was able to play defensively with the Kunka's rum, so he had, he's got that extra protection. He's going to actually sort of make sure he's kept back, but it's not going to matter. Sonic Wave from Nisha comes into play. He's hit the 6, and the ult will take FN down.
That was a godly Fissure block, really. Kept him there the entire time. He looked pretty healthy, but gets brought down anyway. Bottom now. Wait, is that a Xayah solo kill?
Yeah, he was able to take down Ina. Yeah, he's got the Maleficent too and just runs him down with the Eidolons, and Ina couldn't get out already.
He's at a book, and he's almost level 7, and now Epic Kid is probably feeling really awkward down bottom because he actually can't stay laning versus an Enigma, and there's a rotation already coming from Nisha to try to even put more pressure onto him. Uh-oh. Your Void is going to have a pretty tough place to recover now. Don't really know where he's going to want to go.
No, for sure, blending into the Eidolons and the Necrobook. I mean, is this just sort of becoming the off-lane way to play then? Sort of pick a hero that you know you're going to be able to farm in the matchup, get Necrobook as soon as you can, and then sort of, stonks. You're going to be able to farm, you're going to be able to push towers, everything comes online very quickly for you.
It is starting to seem like it. Like, Sage's Mask is just such a good item. Same thing with that book rush if you're able to get it. Meanwhile, top.
They're able to block DM off, and there's very little hope of him getting out of here as the 3 heroes will take him down. This game 2, Secrets starting to get the lead a little quicker than they did in game 1 even, as just 7.5 minutes in, we're at a 3k advantage. All the Secrets cores having some incredible free farming. For as early as the game is, at 7 minutes in, it's already a decent amount more than the cores of Virtus.pro-Prodigy are having across the board here off the back of these lanes. So yeah, Virtus.pro-Prodigy, they've got to make something happen.
I'm really concerned for Epic Kid. I don't know what he's going to do for the next few moments of the game. I feel like he doesn't have a home. Because he doesn't have a lane he can go to. He kind of just has to try to find his level 6 somewhere. Because bottom's going to get pressured super hard now by this Enigma and a rotation. Build as he did in the last game. He could just go for this Greaves build, he could go for this tanky build, and they can just run up and look to team fight around him rather than looking to rely off of a black hole, which can get countered for the majority of the early game. You can just play that tanky just walk up and act as that type of initiator, which gives YapzOr a bit more freedom to go for his Blink Dagger.
Up top, they will manage to make sure they have one of the outposts coming into the 10th minute. But Epic Kid, he's hit the 6, but definitely still that issue does lie, as you in the panel have mentioned upon. Sure, you've got the Chronosphere, but it's not like he could just go Chronos someone and the rest of his team can guarantee a kill. They don't have that insane instant burst follow-up.
Epic Kid top. Map2 is here. Almost gets the stun on him, actually. He's able to jump away. He's actually got a Midas queued up. On Epic Kid.
That's an expensive item. I don't know about that, Fogged. I mean, you're the expert here. What do you reckon?
I don't see that item ever. I just don't see that item ever anymore.
I'd rather see him buy a Necrobook, dude. If you want to go for farming and some extra, the Midas Void. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what he does with it. But I'll be honest, I'm not a believer.
Honestly, he might be feeling a little bit pressured already because he's like, I'm not getting farm. I'm our kind of like solo carry. I'm not sure. He's probably just a little scared as bottom. DM. We'll let the Stampede away.
Yeah, Xayah even holding back there. Didn't want to pop the black hole. He doesn't care for DM's life. He's like, you can walk away. I'll just continue to farm, on top of the Arcanes, Necrobook, 800 gold. All the Secrets cores still staying ahead. And yeah, we'll see. I'm always excited when we do see Voids do these sort of builds, but definitely more often than not, they have ended in tears.
Is that why you're excited to watch him end in tears?
To watch end in tears. No, I'm excited to see for the potential that it does work out. The potential that the Midas pays off. And nowadays, with how much a Midas costs and everything, the game's got to go pretty long for it to be a good investment. I mean, you can argue as much about, it gives you the attack speed, but it's, yeah, sure, buddy. We'll see. We'll see.
We will see indeed. Fight. They've got FN kind of locked in a weird spot here.
He's going to get the bow out. And he managed to stun him. Xayah's going to step forward. They drop him, but he's straight into an Echo Slam. Oh, no. Oh, and a black hole follow-up too. Oh, dear.
Oh, no, and they done... Oh, TM. Oh, Yaps are actually off the mark a little bit with that enchant totem, but
Don't time walk into that, Mr. Epileptic Kid.
He almost had a godly
no.
chrono though. It was almost like a 3 or 4 man chrono trying to protect his Kunkka, but still.
You know, I could have almost won a TI, you know, if you could still stretch some boundaries. Yeah. Oh no.
Well, Secret's just starting to really run away with things.
It's a 5-game series. We can't have a 2-0. We can't have a 2-0 here. It's not possible. It's not actually possible, so don't worry. Do not worry.
I mean, yeah, that's very true.
But this one's going to be
painful so far, though.
Yeah.
Map2 now, I look at this, like, that was their time to get something in, and they literally just find the perfect target. They find FN in the river, and he gets fissure trapped, and they can't actually, like, do anything to protect him. Oof. Now Secret's going to back up, and they're just going to farm, right? They're just like, okay, we spent our cooldowns. The onus is on VP.P to try to do something while these cooldowns are not at the ready, and I don't think VP.P can really force any type of issue here. They're just gonna Secret can just continue to force the bottom lane in and give so much information of that from Zai.
I mean, we did see last game, you know, VP.P, whilst being behind, they were good at that, right? They did identify these timings where they could actually find kills on Secret's heroes. But yeah, this game it just feels a whole lot harder with the heroes that they're playing with. There's Epic Kid. He's nearly got the Midas. So we're nearly seeing the Midas online. Oh. Yeah, he's going to be able to step away. The Fisher does grab him. Not really going to be something that they can chase on for. They'll turn over towards Zyner in the mid lane. Did get the Inkswell stun off onto Matumba Man. FN looking for the tie, bring a hit back onto Nisha. But Nisha still got a lot of HP to play with. They'll go with the Demonic Purge onto Matumba Man, but there's very little ways that they can follow that up. Matu's going to be able to walk away. He does not care at all about being Demonic Purge. Epic Kid stepping in to the rift, the stun. Oh no, oh no. Oh, and he was so close to his Midas.
Oh, was he?
He was so close. He's sitting on 1660. He must have nearly had the goal for the recipe before that. Well,
it's falling apart.
I'll be honest. It was probably GG when he queued up the Midas on Void. I think that's become sort of a pseudo way to say this game's over. I don't think you queue that item up if you think you've got a chance. As this one's getting bloody. It's 14-3, 15 minutes in, 9k lead for Secret. And
they're tipping Zai, because Zai's just, they're all killing people mid, and Zai's like, guys, I'm pushing bottom. Pushing some waves, getting my farm, got my Blink Dagger at the ready. They're just, this is just them coasting now. They just snowballing out of control. VP.P, they don't know how to recover at all. Like I'm seeing them, like everyone's just trying to farm desperately. I saw like Grimstroke hitting mud golems and stuff for the last few moments.
Oh, that's not.
Yeah,
good.
They're feeling the pressure.
No, that's not. I mean, well, things gonna happen. So if Epic Kid gets the Midas and they hold on for about another 60 minutes, we could. You never know. Late game faces forward. If you can get there. Chronosphere, where's the counter? As they talked about before, there is actually a counter. They do have Aghanims on the Weaver potentially down the line. So,
and it's also a CK with they have some limited damage inside that Chronosphere. This is a 2,440 HP CK already at the moment.
That's quite a tanky core at 20 minutes. Well, it's not even 20, 16 minutes. 16 minutes. But you know what? You never know. Last game, Virtus.pro-Prodigy, they were 10k down. They got some good fights going. They were able to push the game onto how long was game on? About 45 minutes. There we go. The Midas is done. He's got his Midas. Okay. He was able to use it without dying, so this is a good start. It's a good start already.
They do have DM also with like a Blink Dagger, but when I look at like the way that their damage comes out, like if let's say he blink stuns, and like what's their follow-up gonna be? Their follow-up really has to be the Kunkka and the boat and everything, and they need to have like everybody throw everything, and I don't feel like it's that much versus what Secret's acquired already, right? Like let's say the CK gets caught by it, he's probably just fine if he gets hit by all their spells. If they catch the Quap, a little bit of a different story, but it's just a little bit of limited damage now in comparison, because Secret just crushed this early game now.
Yeah. CP's coming on the bottom. They're hunting for DM. He has got the blink done. He'll go a little deeper. The bugs, they are going to find him in the trees. Have they got any TP cancel? They do. Nisha's got his Yules. DM is going to be held behind. He has got a Stampede if he wants to try and make a run for it, but he won't even attempt to do so. DM will fall. Back over
Mid.
towards the mid. Map2 is going to have a bit of a fight against FN, but FN has got the boat and Torrent. They'll put a stop to Matu's attempts, but no, well, maybe it won't. Matu tries to put them back in. Epic Kid, he comes in with the chrono though. Have they got the damage? It's getting Matu low, but there's the black hole from side. He's in. He's got the 3 of them. The setup there for the Fisher. Matu with the armor's going to be able to keep himself alive. Virtus.pro get team wiped. And I mean, as I say,
think they might be ready. I think they're pretty ready to call it. Yeah, they called it.
Yeah. I mean, I think he only uses Midas once this game as well. I mean, but it's a 5-game series. Sometimes games like this happen against Secret. It's against Secret, right? That's what you're telling yourself at the moment. If you're Virtus.Prodigy, you're like, well, you know what?